everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. One of the most common questions that we get, especially at this time of year when people are shopping for their tomato plants and looking at all the seeds that are available out there, because there are so many. So everybody wants to know, what are the differences between bush tomatoes, vining tomatoes, and what is determinate, indeterminate? What does all this mean? What's best for me to grow? So I thought that I would make a video today covering the positives and the negatives about both, and also tell you which ones are our favorites and what we like the best and what we do. There are two different types of tomatoes. There are a bush tomato and a vining tomato. So if you're anything like us, we kind of like to have a variety of everything. And I think it's great if you have room that you have maybe a little bit of both, because there is something good to come from having one of each or having a couple of each, because they both bring unique things to your garden. I'll start with bush tomatoes. So these are commonly known as determinate varieties. So an easy way to remember this is that these tomatoes grow for a determined amount of time. They produce a lot of fruit at once, and then typically they are done at that point. So like their name suggests, they grow into a more bush-like plant instead of a vine. So they grow into more of a bush. These ones don't need the extra support, the trellising that the other ones do, but they will do well with a tomato cage around them also. So these ones typically can be a little bit easier to manage and to care for, because you're not having to train it to go up a trellis and all of that. And because these tomatoes produce a lot of fruit at once, it is great to have on hand for if you like to make salsa, if you like to preserve, so if you like to can tomatoes, anything like that. So these ones are commonly used for preservation and for making salsas and for all of that, because they produce all of their fruit at once and really close together. We also find that these bush tomatoes tend to produce fruit faster than the vining tomatoes. And for where we live, that can be really beneficial, because we never know when we are going to get, a big hailstorm or severe weather, extreme heat. So it's really good to try and get our harvests in as soon as we possibly can. These tomatoes are also known commonly, you'll see a lot of the varieties labeled as patio tomatoes, because they tend to be more portable because they grow into the bush-like form. So these ones are really easily grown in pots, in smart pots especially, and because you can move them around. One of the most common varieties of the bush tomatoes is, and one of our favorites, is the Roma variety also. Vining tomatoes are the other type of common tomatoes, and these ones are called indeterminate. So these ones will, once they start producing fruit, they will continue producing fruit all season long and up until you get your first freeze. Sometimes if you have a really hot summer, they will slow down production of their fruit during this time, but they will stay alive, and then they will pick back up whenever the temperatures come back down a little bit, and they will start producing a lot more fruit too for you, and they will produce all season long. So these are really good to have on hand too, because they will give you fruit all year round. So if you are wanting fruit, if you're wanting tomatoes for a salad, for burritos, it's really handy to go out and just pick these at any time of the day, any season. You don't have to wait for a specific time and then get a whole bunch and risk them going bad. These vining varieties are known for vining, just like they sound, right? So you do need to make sure that you have these next to a trellis of some sort. Our favorite trellises that we use are arch trellises. So it gets really pretty. I love growing any sort of vining tomatoes and tomatillos up and around these arch trellises. It's so pretty. But these ones definitely need a trellis to work with. And it's really important to continually go out there and check on them. Make sure they are actually following the path of the trellis. And so it is really important to stay on them and continually go out there and make sure that they are continuing to climb up the trellis appropriately and that they're going where you want them to go. So you do have to keep a little bit closer eye on these ones. Our favorite types of vining tomatoes to grow are always going to be the cherry tomatoes. These are our favorites. We love them. They are, first of all, they are a lot easier to grow than the larger ones. We find we have a lot less pest issues, and we're not battling bugs that are trying to come in at the last second right before they are ready to pick and ruin the entire tomato. It's so disappointing. But we love growing the cherry ones. They're easier. We find way more success. We have a lot of harvest from these, and they're great to use. They're the perfect size for salads, for just bringing them inside and using in the kitchen. We have a few new varieties that we're trying out this season. I am so excited about. We just ordered them online through our app, and we are trying out the chocolate cherry variety, which I've never tried before. I'm very excited to try. And then also one that is supposed to be extremely sweet cherry. So I'm very excited to give these varieties a try, and I will keep you updated and let you know how they go. So which plants should you grow? Honestly, I always think that it's really good to have a variety. Like I said before, I think if you have the space, I think it's great to have a mixture of both because they both have great things that they add to your garden. But personally, if we did have to just pick one variety, we would probably go with the Determinate, and we would pick the Roma tomato just because that one has always done really well for us and given us a lot of success, and it's a great tasting tomato too. Personally, the less work that we have to do in the garden in the heat of the summer is always better for us. It's just really hard to get us out whenever it's like 100 degrees plus and we're working out there trying to trellis our tomatoes. It tends to not go as well as we hope. So that's why we try to stick more to the bush varieties. So that way we'll hopefully have more success. But we still do grow vining, and we grow the cherry tomatoes, but usually these cherry tomatoes give us so many. So we usually only have to grow a couple of them, and then we grow mainly the bush varieties. I would love to hear from you guys what your favorite varieties are. I'm always up to try new varieties of tomatoes, and that's probably one of my most favorite things is seed shopping and planting new seeds and trying new varieties out. So if there's a variety out there that you guys love, please share it with me. I would love to try it out. And let me know if you guys have any questions about anything that we're doing right now or anything that we're planting, and leave them in the comment section and I will get back with you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see y'all next time.